Hello friends, welcome back. Now we are going to start a new course or subject, network security. This is the first tutorial of network security. So what happened with the introduction of distributed systems and the use of networks and communications facilities for carrying data between terminal user and computer and between computer and computer, the network security measures are needed to protect data during transmission. In fact, the term network security is somewhat misleading because virtually all business, government, and academic organizations interconnect their data processing equipment with a collection of interconnected networks, right? And such a collection is often referred to as an internet, and the term internet security is used, right? So what happens? The internet security consists of measures to deter, prevent, detect, and correct security violations that involve the transmission of information. Now we will see some examples of security violations, right? Now let us see a few examples of security violations, right? Then we will understand why do we need internet security or network security, right? So first example is that suppose user A transmits a file to user B, and user C, who is not authorized to read the file, is able to monitor and capture a copy of the file during transmission, right? This is one of the security violation, right? Here the user A is transmitting a file to user B, right? And this user C, it is not authorized to read the file, but it is able to monitor and capture a copy of the file during transmission, right? Then it is a violation of security, right? Now another example is that suppose user A transmits a message to user B, right? Then user C, what it does, user C intercepts the message and it changes the content, and then it forwards the message to user B, right? So this is the another example of security violation. In this case, what happens, the user A is transmitting a message to user B, and the user C, what it does, it intercepts that message and it alters the contents of that message, and then it forwards that message to user B. Now another example of security violation is user C constructs its own message and transmits that message to user B as it had come from user A, right? And here the user B will accept this message as if it had come from user A, right? So in this case, what happens, the user C, it has constructed its own message and it transmitted that message to user B, and user B will accept this message as if that message had come from user A, right? Now another example of security violation is that suppose user A transmits a message to user B, right? And then what happens, another user C is able to intercept the message and it delay that message, and then it forward the message to user B, right? Now another example is the user A transmits a message to user B, and then user A denies sending the message, right? So these are the some examples of security violations. So these are the some examples of security violations, right? So what happens? The internet security consists of measures to deter, prevent, detect, and correct security violations that involve the transmission of information.